Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is day 2 of our fair, the hybrid portion, and we welcome you and are excited you're joining us for this presentation on the Italy and Greece region and what it means to study abroad there. My name is Whitney Ewing, and I'm the program coordinator for our CSU Semester in Todos Santos programs, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. On tech support, I have my colleague Christopher Snodgrass. He will be managing our chat function. So if you all have questions, feel free to just pop them in the chat and we can go through them all at the end. Christopher, if that works for you. Other than that, I'd like to get started, and I'd first like to read our CSU land acknowledgement. Colorado State University acknowledges with respect that the land we are on today is the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute nations and peoples. This was also a site of trading, gathering, and healing for numerous other native tribes. We recognize the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and all the relatives within it. As these words of acknowledgement are spoken and heard, the ties nations have to their traditional homelands are renewed and reaffirmed. CSU is founded as a land-grant institution, and we accept that our mission must encompass access to education and inclusion, and significantly that our founding came at a dire cost to Native nations and peoples whose land this university was built upon. This acknowledgement is part of the education and conclusion we must practice in recognizing our institutional history, responsibility, and commitment. All right, let's jump into some programs and kind of overview of education abroad at CSU. As I stated before, my name is Whitney Ewing. I support a great number of students here within education abroad who come through our office. I support students headed to Latin America, students studying on many of our semester in Todos Santos programs, our students headed to Earth University in Costa Rica, as well as helping with our incoming exchange students, the students from other institutions who are studying at CSU. I had the privilege of studying abroad as a second-year student at the University of Leicester in Leicester, England, and I've been in the field for about 10 years. I love what I do, and I welcome all of you to come to my office. I have an open door policy. I'd love to chat about study abroad, whether it be to Italy and Greece or not. All right, first I want to start off with some myth busting. So there's some common, I guess, perceived barriers that a lot of students see when they're considering a study abroad. And one of those can be that studying abroad can delay your graduation. And I'm here to tell you that's not the case and shouldn't be the case. I feel like budgets and academics are the two key pieces that every student needs to know and understand before even committing to a program. Luckily, classes and credits that you take and earn abroad, you'll know how those courses come back before you're even asked to commit to a program. Our intention is that you'll select classes, work closely with your academic advisor, and make sure those classes are fulfilling the requirements and prereqs or requirements, degree requirements, major requirements, etc. There's no reason studying abroad should delay your graduation whatsoever. There are also a number of programs that are less expensive, as expensive, or more expensive than at CSU. So we've had students study abroad several times, go to locations and study in places for a semester where it's cheaper to live there than in Fort Collins and actually save money in the long run. I don't know how they do it, but they certainly manage it. But hear it from me. All the programs that we have are not more expensive than being a student at CSU. It does not have to be. You can easily pick a program that is the same cost as what it is to be a student here in Fort Collins or less. You can certainly fulfill course requirements abroad. We have a risk management team that supports students while abroad. There's gonna be a lot of people, part of your team, supporting you while you're overseas. Our risk management team at CSU and within our office was extremely busy this past few years, just managing COVID and whatnot, but we have a dedicated and proactive risk management team is what I care about the most. I feel like our risk management team does a really amazing job at communicating to students and helping fill that toolbox that you'll all need to be successful and make good choices, especially when you're in a situation where, oh no, I missed the train, how do I manage this? Or a situation like that, an ambiguous situation. So just know that you do have people here to support you when it comes to risk, health, and safety. Another thing we always hear is that, oh, I'm going to miss, my friends and family back home, wherever that may be. And I am happy to say that a lot of our students are able to create really, really wonderful communication plans with their loved ones back home. Believe it or not, Wi-Fi exists in a lot of places that we send students. So if you know that you want to be accessible or very accessible with your loved ones back home, maybe selecting a place where you know that you're going to have a strong Wi-Fi signal to be able to connect with them. Otherwise, our students usually end up navigating it quite well, even being away from their support system that long. Plus, it makes for really fun stories when they get back and they're able to tell their loved ones all about their time abroad and how much fun they had. Rams in Italy. So I wish I could have done a really cool graph with this, but I'm looking at 2 countries right now. We have sent in the last 6 years, 387 students to Greece on semester and short-term programs. Semester is obviously what it is, a semester abroad. Short-term programs are when students spend anywhere from, 1, 2, 3, 8 weeks abroad, anything shorter than a semester. So yeah, 387 students to Italy and 8 students to Greece. Greece has some catching up to do. I think we can change that. And counting. So I'm super pleased to tell you all that we have the highest fall enrollment for study abroad compared to all falls ever at CSU. So RAMs are eager and excited to get back out there. We are seeing an uptake in mobility. People want to travel the world, and I think it's fantastic. So I'm excited to see what that number is going to look like, maybe even next semester, sending students to Italy and Greece. Why consider education abroad in Italy and Greece? So many reasons. I feel like that picture can just answer it for you. It's so beautiful. It is the heart of ancient Western civilization, opportunities to learn Greek and Italian languages. Of course, so many course offerings to meet those requirements that you need for your major or minor. We can accommodate most, if not all, majors or minors in this region. It's a wonderful travel hub. They are used to having tourists, and there's a good reason why. Mediterranean food, beaches, and the overall culture. And of course, getting in touch with your heritage. I am a Chicagoland native, and when I worked in education abroad out there is a huge Italian-American population. And it was so awesome to be able to send our Italian-American students abroad to visit family and see kind of where their roots are and where they're from. And it was just a really special experience for a lot of them. So hopefully you can do something like that. I want to talk to you a little bit about our different program types. So we have, we work with affiliates or like provider study abroad organizations, and we send students through those programs, but we also have what are called CSU programs. And these are typically short-term programs, some semester programs though, and it's noted here with SU for summer and SM for semester, as for when it's offered. And many of these, if not all of these actually, include faculty or staff member from Colorado State University that travels with the group of students there and are there for the duration of the program. These programs are awesome. You're taking a CSU class, so there's no confusion or worry into how the class is going to come back, or classes, because you might be taking multiple classes. And it's just a really great way to build a community and a shared experience with other students that you may not have met being at CSU, and really great way to connect with professors while studying something incredible. I mean, look at this: culinary tourism in Italy, landscape architecture in Italy and France. I mean, these are just once in a lifetime experiences. And so I hope you look into them. We have programs all over Italy: Sicily, Tuscany, Siena, Torino, everywhere, right? And so you will not be just pigeonholed into certain places, but of course, I want to highlight a couple of very, very popular cities that are not on this list, if anybody can guess. Let's go to the next slide. Rome, of course, capital city of Italy. They say it's the line between northern and southern Italy, which if anybody is interested, that you should Google differences between the north and south of Italy, or you can ask somebody. I'm sure they're very passionate to tell you and explain those to you, or explain the difference. It's home of the Colosseum, the Pantheon, and Trevi Fountain, all, big tourist locations, but for good reason. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful and incredible, and the history there is amazing. Just to highlight a few programs, these are affiliate programs that we work with. So these organizations, CEA, API, and AIFS, are just 3 of the many providers we work with, and they are organizations that create study abroad programs so that CSU students can then have hundreds of more options for study abroad. So for example, the CEA Rome program has an emphasis on engineering, so you're going to find a plethora of engineering courses. API, the semester, it's business, arts, and humanities. So again, targeting a variety of majors and minors and disciplines to suit your needs and what you need to graduate. And Florence, another popular location, not only for CSU students, but Americans in general. Again, good reason why. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's in the Tuscany region. It's home to various masterpieces, such as the David, which I feel like if you go to Florence, you have to go see the David. It's like going to Paris and not going to see the Mona Lisa. You have to see it. Similarly, we have a number of affiliates we work with that send students, so that we can send students to Florence. Florence University of the Arts is really popular with CSU students and have a ton of course options and a variety of disciplines. So I feel like when you are exploring, that's definitely one to consider. I think they're also great. It's really a hard decision. We also have our API programs, and then this one too, and I wish Christopher would jump on, but we have our CEA study and internship option in Florence, where students can actually take classes and do an internship or credit if they would like to. And we do that in a lot of locations where we include an internship component, or students at least have the option to do that. And last but not least, Athens, Greece, absolutely beautiful. It's the capital city of Greece. It's the heart of ancient Greece and home of the Acropolis. And I didn't know this, but 6,000 islands as part of Greece. And I know a lot of students will spend time island hopping, of course, in their free time when they've finished all their homework and they're feeling really good about those exams and whatnot. But yes, so much to explore on mainland Greece, but then of course the islands as well. We have a program that heads to Athens, Greece with AIFS Abroad. And of course, there are a number of opportunities for you to go to Greece through non-affiliates or direct enroll options, which are all just different ways of going overseas that we can talk about. All right, I know I mentioned earlier that you will be working closely with your academic advisor. You will also be working very closely with our office. Depending on which program you select and to which region of the world, you'll have an education abroad coordinator who will be kind of your key point in contact in our office, as well, let's see, your academic advisor. And then of course, if you pick a CSU program where there's a faculty or staff leader as part of that program, they'll be a key contact as part of this experience. And all these people are here to help you make sure that you have a successful and fulfilling experience abroad. I feel like we also need to include on here our education abroad financial aid advisors, which leads me to my next slide. We have 2 lovely individuals who are our education abroad financial aid advisors who are dedicated to helping students just manage finances and help them through the study abroad process as it relates to finances. And they're over in the financial aid office. We encourage all students to meet with them, and you can discuss how your specific aid package would look when applied to a study abroad program. 99% of your financial aid package, if not 100%, can be applied to a semester-long study abroad experience. We also offer, we also award about $600,000 in scholarships for education abroad a year, just our office alone, which is incredible. Just one small step we can make for our programs to be more accessible and affordable for students. We have a common application, so students can submit one application and be applied to about 30 scholarships. It's pretty awesome. For our winter break programs and our upcoming spring semester programs and spring break programs, the application deadline for this common scholarship application is October 1st. So making sure that you're submitting that. And I do believe you can submit that application before you've even selected a program. So if you want to just go ahead and get it done, that's what I recommend. And then of course, April 1st for programs starting later. But that's the website you'll want to check to just make sure that you're meeting those application deadlines. Cool. Oh, I totally forgot. Our wonderful peers, they are also going to be part of your study abroad journey. These are our education abroad peer advisors. These are all current undergraduate students at CSU. We have, oh my gosh, 7 of them. I think we're hiring a couple more too, which is amazing. They've all studied abroad. They've all been in your shoes and they've all gone through what you're about to embark on. They would likely be somebody that you'd meet with if you did a drop-in or walk-in advising appointment and just wanted to kind of understand the lay of the land and an overview on how study abroad works, maybe see what an application looks like, and some resources. They are absolutely incredible. Like, I cannot speak highly enough about these students. And I'm really glad they're part of our team because their knowledge base on studying abroad is invaluable, really. In terms of next steps, I would highly suggest meeting with a study abroad advisor, education abroad advisor, excuse me. We do have open advising, so walk-in hours on Tuesdays from 1 to 4, Wednesdays 9 to 12, and then 1 to 4, got a break for lunch. And then again on Thursdays. So you can do drop-in hours like that, or you can visit this bottom QR code, and there's ways for you to make a one-on-one appointment if you just have to meet with me and we need to talk about Greece or Italy all day. I'm happy to do that for you. So you can meet with an individual coordinator as well. And our office, just in case you didn't know, is in Laurel Hall on the northeast corner of the Oval. So kind of as far as you can get, but we do have a nice view. It's pretty nice over here. So start here. This page, this QR code is going to take you to our Start Here pages, which gives a lovely step-by-step kind of itemized way on how study abroad works. It kind of gives you a, just a trajectory on this whole process. So I encourage you to visit this page. There are a number of videos and just informational pieces you can read about, just so you're not completely caught off guard in terms of what we talk about during advising. But it's really nice. There are so many resources for you that are available on our website. And of course, if you need any help with navigating that, there are plenty of people here that can help you do that. All right, enough of me talking. I would love to answer any questions you have. I don't know if Christopher, if you've received any in the chat.
We have not received any questions during the presentation, but we have a couple of minutes if anyone has some last minute questions.
Yeah, we can hang out for a few. And you know where we live, we're in Laurel Hall. So if 15 minutes from now or tomorrow, you're like, oh, I should have asked that question, you know where to find us. Come to Laurel Hall or contact us via our web pages.
All right, I think we're good. Thanks,
Cool.
Whitney.
Thanks, Christopher.
Have a good day, everyone.